What is today? Tuesday? Yeah, it is. Whew. Got a job interview coming up next Thursday. I thought it was this Thursday. Oops. Uh, Picked this up today. Stupid on my end of spending money if I'm not having an income right now, but this was one of my favorite movies, TV movies as a kid, and I've been waiting for a 4K of this for them to clean it up and bring it back to us. And Arrow and with Warner Brothers has seen to it that here we are with it. Excalibur, 1981. You got this three disc set. You got the original film. You've got on the third disc. You have the longer TV version put back out. Um, yeah. So, oh no, I'm sorry, shorter TV version. Stupid. Uh, I'm not gonna edit this out or change it. I'm looking forward to this. Should have brought a thing of water in. Okay, and last 4 days, I've been going through this 19 disc box set. April 78. You know, I didn't stop to look, but pretty cool graphics on this damn thing. A little cheesy, but it works. Yeah, yeah. So, took some notes. First of all, where I ordered it from on Discogs, they sold it to me essentially at sticker price, $169.99, and with shipping and tax, it was $180. I remember the one time I ordered the St. Louis set from the Dead Store at Warner. I think they charged me like 20 something bucks to ship that sucker. So do the math. What I came out to, not chart, going just from sticker. Uh, that's $8.94 a disc. Even with you rounded up to 180, it's just under 10 bucks a disc. What? This is technically a steal. Where can you get all brand new albums for under $10 a disc? Yeah, we have to go to the used section for the most part. So it was the first show I ranted about for a reason. The first show I actually stopped and took notes this time. If I don't screw up my damn handwriting or reading it. So, first show from April 6th in Tampa. Oh, yeah, I forgot. They actually recreated the original ticket stamps, which is kind of cool. The design overall may not be very creative. I noticed in a couple of them the wrist is at a different angle, that how the hand holds it and stuff like that. See what I mean? What I found was, I guess this was an off night from on the first show because I put this sucker in the car. I drove with the top down and I drove home with the top up. And I still had the freaking thing on 30, 35. I was like, why is this so low and muffled? And it's really rough on the first disc. Up until they start the second set after supplication, they do Samson and Delilah. I, distinctly noticed that Bob is saying how, well, we got a lot of difficulties up here and other things like that. So there must have been something was off because I was like, was Donna sick or something? The Most of the first set, I wrote that the harmonies were a bit weird or a little bit off, like the timing was not clicking for some reason. But once they got to the second set and they took care of some things, the harmonies got better. Um, the second disc volume sounded pretty damn good by comparison. I didn't know what the heck happened there. Uh, but I was not impressed at the start. This is what made me rant the other day when I last spoke on these, because what you shell out 200 bucks for a box set, and it's one thing when you get the King Crimson ones where it's early 70s and the guy didn't flip the tape over and it didn't record the song, it just dropped out. This is the Dead, and they pretty much took care and housed everything all these years. to suddenly get a newer dead set and for it to be kind of rough at the start. It's the one thing is it's the Dave's picks or the Dick's picks or the road trips. This was disconcerting to me. And what I did note though for the second half, there wasn't much with Rhythm Devils. This is the first one on the set. It's only like 7 minutes. Yet the turnover in the jam into other one, it jams. Estimated Profit, he's gone. Rhythm Devils, other one. Wharf Rat, Round and Round. Finally, U.S. Blues. The Rhythm Devils transition to the other one is just perfect. And a really good Wharf Rat. A little bit of some blown chord changes here and there and things like that. But again, it was a bad night, clearly. Now that said, so now I'm kind of ticked. I'm saying to myself, okay, I'm not going forward. I'm not spending any more money on these new Dead box sets. I'll go find the old ones that I wanted and missed out on. And I've been pretty successful with that so far. But I said, I'm done. But then I go to discs 3 and 4. This is the Sportatorium in Pembroke Pines, Florida. I love the Jaws color scheme. Really highlights the fact that this is killer. I am not kidding. For all the crap I was given the first show in this set, this is stunning. Simply, we got to start off with Promised Land, a 12-minute Sugary, Tennessee Jed. There's a tendency to have Mama Tried into Mexicali Blues and then Peggy-O through a lot of these. The Loser is great. Matter of fact, Sugary was awesome. Peggy-O was great. New Minglewood Blues. Bob's on fire on the vocals. I chose to highlight that. The long jam on disc 4 is just absolute magic. It's about a 53-minute sequence. It started off with Ship of Fools and Good Lovin', but then the jam starts Terrapin to Playing. Rhythm Devils, 11 minutes, it's getting a little longer. 10-minute Not Fade Away. Then into the, third quarter Jerry Garcia ballad is Black Peter this time around. Back to Playing in the band to close it up, and they end on a cover of Johnny Be Good. But everybody on this show was just locked in. It's like they went, well, last night we shit the bed. We got to make up for this. Yeah, I'm telling you people, they really did. The very next night, April 8th, where are we? Jacksonville. Okay, the Jacksonville show. So, I said this is one of the 3 disc sets in here. There's 3 of them total out of 3 discs. Obviously, the Duke show is the one everybody got as the breakthrough. Here's that. Yeah, that again, that whole blood red looking night horror movie thing on accident there. It's actually pretty well done. But for this one, they start off with a really raucous Mississippi half-step Uptown Toodaloo, going to Me and My Uncle, Big River. They love each other, right? They love each other. I actually highlighted that one. That's a solid version of Deal. Looks Like Rain. Thought that Jerry plays perfectly, although a little bit rough in the some of his vocal delivery at the first part. But again, this is what, 3rd show in a row, 3 days in a row, so it is what it is. There's going to be some moments. Let me think. Estimated Profit. We do get Scarlet into Fire. Estimated Profit. Eyes of the World. That it goes second. This disc 6 here. This is almost an hour just with the 5 songs. Rhythm Devils goes 15 into Space. That's a total of 20 minutes for the instrumental portions to close this up. And of course, we got Sugar Magnolia, One More Saturday Night. The Scarlet Fire into Profit. I'm telling you guys, this show, I really think that I'll jump ahead. Why they chose the Duke show? Because it's front loaded with a lot of classic songs. Not all of them were very long. I mean, Jack Straw, Dire Wolf, Beat It Down the Line, Peggy O, Mama Tried, Mexicali, Road Jimmy, New Minglewood, Loser, Lazy Lightning, and The Supplication. This has got the Duke show upfront uh, has more upfront songs to get you going. The second disc is only like 25 minutes. It kind of 27 minutes. It kind of annoyed me that the middle disc was so short on the Duke one. But you get a great estimated profit, Eyes of the World. I can understand. Music Never Stopped was pretty damn spirited. Just Ivan pointed out that Bobby and them were really going off on the guitars, and the riffs were spot on. So I get it. It's just that this show of the 3 discs, and there's one more left. This one came in a bit. It's not so much that there's tighter performances, the feel that they have on these extended ones is sometimes much more fiery. I feel that it gives it more depth. And this is the Veterans Memorial Coliseum's April 8th. I found myself wanting to go back and restart a good chunk of the 10-minute, the 12-minute, the entire jam. It took me, I can't believe I got through all this in 4 days, but and I'm not totally out of my mind listening to Dead right now. Something about this show really stood out. Again, much like the one from the night before it, the 2-disc one from Hollywood, Florida, at the Sportatorium. So the Duke one makes sense though, because the audio's great. Everything's pretty much immaculate playing wise. I just feel that the Duke set is not the best one of the choices here, especially if you got me changing the one disc for 20 minutes. That irked me a bit, and I was like, really? Yeah, 29 minutes. Yeah, I even made a point of that. U.S. Blues to close it out, though. Holy shit, on the Duke one. I would say, if you can, hunt down the 4.7 and 4.8 78 sets. Probably, they got to be on YouTube somewhere. They got to be easily found on this site somewhere. I'm not going to be facetious and say you can't find it whatsoever. That's bullshit. You can find it if you really look. It's like anything else. And if you can, hunt those down. The Duke one is damn good quality. I understand why they chose it. It's just a great highlight disc for what the whole set's about. However, it's not the best one. And for a box that at times I felt we were just draining the ditch, digging in the swamps, scraping the barrel, it is kind of what this set feels like to me. Don't get me wrong, I ended up really enjoying it. There's plenty of more to go. It's just the Duke show was not the best of the 3-disc set. Even the one from April 11th at the Fox in Atlanta. So damn good. Let me see. What did I say about this one? Oh, and there's a performance of U.S. Blues on 410 that wouldn't fit on the 2 discs. So what they did is it ends up round and around before it was a awesome Dancing in the Street, Ship of Fools, Franklin's Tower, Black Peter, the Rhythm Devils really comes out on the April 10th show as well. But for spacing purposes, they took the U.S. Blues off of 410 and they stuck it on the end of disc 10 from the Fox Theater Atlanta, Georgia on 411. But it programs in so well, it's edited together so well, you almost don't notice. So It's a small little thing, but I get it. I get it. So I skipped over 410. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is the one. It's all over now. I said it's all over now. And Peggy-O were just breathtaking on disc 8. It's 410. Dire Wolf, not exactly the best at the start, but I noted that Jerry and Phil really leaned into it as we went along. In fact, Awesome Franklin's Tower, tight, locked in, 1625, and they just entirely crush it. Bobby going off on the solos. Black Peter to Round and Round. Outstanding again. Keith's keys really show up on. I feel like his performances get better too as we go. April 10th and the 11th. Bobby's vocal cutting through what it needs to. Yeah. So that was 410. 411. Let me see. Yeah, I was going. High quality deal on this. Samson Delilah's pretty damn good on 411. Scarlet to Fire, absolutely fantastic. Love it. A real fiery, but it's, I should say, majestic Terrapin Station on 410. 411. Really, Ico is even fantastic on this one too. There's so much energy in this set as we get through. After the 7th and the 8th, the band just locks in. I don't know how it kept getting better, even with the same repeating tracks of during the set list. After a while, it's so damn electric that you don't mind hearing the damn same 5-6 songs. That's what caught me off guard. I was like, the Rhythm Devils get better each night. They adjust 15 minutes, 20 minutes. The version that's on Duke is, was it 25, I said, or something, 29, It goes. It's a long rhythm, but it interlocks really well at the end. Should have brought a thing of water with me. Dry mouth. Found a really good budget mic on Amazon, 55, because I actually stopped to play one of these back the other day. It was the original for this. And my friend's like, "Oh, you sound fine." I played it back and I went, "Jesus Christ, I sounded like shit all these years? What do you mean I sound fine? Get out of here." So I'll put an order in for that. I'll get a good USB mic going. So I'll keep a water bottle so I don't sound totally like shit, but my voice is starting to go now from all this rambling. How long have I been? 18 minutes. Jesus. This one's not going to get a lot of views probably at this rate, but you know what? I'm doing it more for the fun of it. This is just a nice little outlet for me, especially when you get tired of putting in applications or it feels disheartening when you're qualified for a lot of shit, but they don't want to hire you. Maybe you didn't put all the buzzwords in the application that they're looking for, that damn AI thing. But hey, it does put together some quick resumes real fast. So it has its uses. I'll give it that. It does. It's how you use it. So where are we? Castle Coliseum to 16 and 17. April 14th, 78. Yeah, I didn't even take a lot of notes on the first 3 on this. Promised Land, Tennessee Jed, me and my uncle into Big River and Peggy-O, actually. Looks like rain. The first 6 on 414, wonderful. I don't want to say spectacular again. I keep writing. In fact, it says here, immaculate. Yeah. Possibly 414 has some of Bobby's best performances in the whole damn box. I don't know what's going on, but Rhythm Devils on this one, 20 minutes, it flies by. It's developed. It it moves, it ebbs and flows right into space, into the other one. Black Peter and Sugar Magnolia to close it. The whole disc 17, Ship of Fools, 16-minute dance, 17, into Rhythm Devils, into space, the other one, Black Peter, then Sugar Magnolia. Magic show. I even wrote the other one, Immaculate. Holy shit. Oh, yes. A live rarity. Dupree's Diamond Blues is on disc 16, 4/14/78. One, again, great, rare, deep cut. Let me think, that was Oxamoxoa. Yeah, some of those tracks deserved a lot more love and attention than they would get. But mixing, some things were extremely difficult to play, or I think Dupree's Diamond Blues is actually pretty straightforward for the fans in the audience, so I wish they'd played that one a lot more often. But it is what it is. This is time and history. My closeout for Virginia here, my main word is fuck yeah. So yeah, that's what you that's where we go. And the last set, 4/16, Huntington, West Virginia at the Civic Center. It feels like they knew it was the end of the 2-week run, but everyone's jovial. Every song is grooving and bouncing along. If I had to go through this box set again, going back to back, I would definitely have this be the last one, because different artwork on the back of that one. See what I'm saying? The hand and the arm change on all these. This should be the last show for a reason you play in the set. And it's, again, I don't think it's the best overall one, but for a lot of groove and energy, yeah, 4/16's up there. But that's what happened. That was what was weird about this set, because I was set up to hate it from the bad night, and I came on and I ranted about it for a couple of minutes. I was like, oh god, I'm done with it. But the rest of it, was worth it. And like I said at the start of this, for roughly $8.94 to $9.86 a disc, you don't lose. I think there are better ones out there. I think they went for the 3-disc $30 set. They chose Duke. I think that was a mistake. I think the other two shows are actually better. But as I said, they're not the best production-wise, but how they interlock as the family, with even Don and Keith at that point. We all, unfortunately, we know what happened with Keith after this. Well, not immediately. It'll be a while yet. I've still got to get the July 78 box if I can find it for cheap with the mailer. The other performances, depending on the mood or how they're reading each other, the interplay and the playing gets either more intricate, it gets more lively. So that's than what's on Duke. But again, that's just my thing. If you don't mind the 25-minute Rhythm Devils on the Duke show, and you just want a definite, guaranteed set on your shelf, okay, I could see going with it. But I think if you do some hunting, get yourself if you're lucky enough to still have a CD player, a CD drive in your computer, I doubt it. Go buy an external rewritable disc burner like I used to have years ago, and go hunt down. I'll tell you again. Probably gonna have to put this in the damn comment at this point, aren't I? Yeah. So I would hunt down April 7th, the Jaws looking one. April 8th, and that's the 3 disc one. And I think the 11th might have even been better. But again, you can it's almost the same set lists anyways. You can go the 8th and the 11th could be interchangeable, and I think the 14th. So these three, maybe I'll just make a thumbnail of this one and just go with it, because these are well worth your time. And of course, each disc here, except for one or two of them, each one here is 74 to 79 minutes a disc. So you're going to be putting in a lot of time. But I think that's where you get your most bang for your buck, especially if you didn't spend it all. But again, get yourself some files. If you want to go crazy and find a way to burn discs and hunt those down, you could probably find these on pictures of these on Google and just print and go from there. That's my suggestion. I know I'm not supposed to say that, but if you really want to hear more from the April 78 run, and you kind of like Duke, but you didn't want to sit through that whole Rhythm Devils for 25 minutes. So you want to go a little bit shorter on the Rhythm Devils into space. These are all excellent options. So I've managed to fumble, stumble, repeat myself, appear to have a very poor grasp of the English lexicon. They told me to work on being succinct when I do these things, and I was trying, but it is what it is. I just wanted to give you guys some more honest thoughts and logic, some pathos to why I'm going the way I did, or my recommendations. We all hear everything differently at the end of the day. But I'm gonna wrap it up there. It's already been almost a half hour. I got some other stuff to go take care of, and Excalibur to go through for 2.5 hours. Sancho the Bailiff, watched that last night. Truly a masterpiece of Japanese cinema, and it fits into the theme of mercy for others, justice, humility, doing what's right. I'm not going to give it away. I'm just going to let you guys, a Mizoguchi classic. I'm just going to let you guys go hunt that down too. And that's it. Till next time, guys, folks, hit like, drop a comment, tell me how annoying I sound or how much I'm rambling. I don't care. I don't care. Hit subscribe if you want to. Somehow I got 4 of those. I don't know when that happened. But yeah, have a good night, everybody else. See you later.